Greetings to one and all. My name is Maemo Betty, and my lesson today will be based on Geography Grade 6, Term 3. The topic under Geography Term 3 is the climate and vegetation around the world. And we'll first focus on the difference between weather and climate. Weather is the condition in the air or atmosphere in the present or right now. We call this current condition because when we use the word weather, we talk about temperature, we talk about clouds, wind, rain, and rainfall. Climate is the average of temperature, clouds, wind, and rainfall conditions worked out over a minimum of 20 years. And also, climate allows us to have a good idea of what the weather conditions will probably be like during the whole year. And then we go to the second part, which is wet and dry areas of the world. Do you remember that the moisture in clouds comes from the sea? Anyone? The weather areas of the world are found near warm oceans. Warm oceans are found in the areas around equator, and wet areas along the equator are about 600 millimeter of rainfall a year. This is 5 times more than the average rainfall for South Africa. And dry areas are found in inland, far away from the ocean. So this is because winds that bring rainfall do not reach there, and dry areas are also found next to the cold oceans. And then we go to the tropical rainforest, which is the interesting part. Tropical rainforests are forests that are warm and wet, and this is very little change in the temperature. It is always hot, it rains all year round. Tropical rainforests are called the jewel of the earth because half of the world's plant and animal species live in these forests. And then followed by the tropical rainforest vegetation. In the trees and other vegetation all grow to different heights. The trees and other vegetation all grow to different heights. And this creates layers in the forest. Different animals, birds, and insects live in different layers. Hot deserts. Let me say, a desert is a region that receives an extremely low amount of rain or any other form of moisture. There's a little water for most plants to grow in hot deserts. And deserts typically have little vegetation because there is little rainfall or water. And then we're getting there, we're about to finish. And then the second last point or slide is coniferous forest. Coniferous forests have warm summers, cool winters, and low rainfall. This means that most trees are evergreen, so they can produce food whenever there is enough sunlight. The plants in a coniferous forest are adapted to a short growing season. And the last point that we'll be focusing on, by the end of the lesson, you'll have to know and understand and be able to answer question based on everything that we've discussed and learned in this topic. Coniferous vegetation. The vegetation of temperature coniferous forest has to cope with the long cold winters and the thin poor soils. The trees are evergreen, and the most common are the fir and the pine tree. The fir tree, which is a common tree in coniferous forest, is shaped like a pyramid so that snow will not collect and break branches. Wow, this is interesting. And then thank you very much. And this is the end of my lesson. I hope that by the end of the lesson, all my learners will be able to differentiate between climate and weather. They'll be able to answer questions based on the content area I've discussed under the topic climate and vegetation around the world. Thank you.